Good evening, my name is Dinesharajan Naidu, and today my group and I will be presenting our PPT for routing essentials. Now, as you can see, the IPv6 addresses for the routers and servers have been configured, and the interfaces has been configured with no shutdown. And now I'll be explaining about how DHCP v6 protocols have been configured in routers building A, standby router, and building B. And the clients will be receiving the IP addresses from the DHCP servers, which is these routers right here. Now, first off, how do you configure a stateless DHCP v6 server? Now you can do it on the router, starting off with a IPv6 unicast routing. This will enable IPv6 routing in the router. And now we're going to define a pool name, which is Vijaya pool. As you can see right here, you have configured the DHCP pool with Vijaya pool. That's the name. And now we're going to configure the pool with options, which is the DNS server, the domain name, and this is the IPv6 address for the DNS server. And this is the same for across all three routers. And I will show the configuration for each router. Now, as you can see, this is the interface for the clients for PC1, PC2, and PC3. And you can see that we have binded the interface to the pool, which is Vijaya pool. And now each of these PCs will be receiving the information, which is DNS server IPv6 address, and also its own link local, and also, as you can see right here, the IPv6 address and link local address, default gateway, and even the DNS server. The DNS server IPv6. Now, how does it get the DNS server IPv6 address? It is because of this command right here. This enables stateless DHCP v6 on an interface. This allows the client to get addresses and also obtain other configurations. And now that we have seen building in, let's check out standby router. Basically, it's all the same. It has the same configurations. Now it has been configured with the pool name and DNS server and domain name. And the interface for this router is G0/2, which is Gigabit Ethernet G0/2. As you can see, this will enable the clients to get DNS server address, link local, even default gateway, all the other addresses. And we have binded the interface, which is Gigabit Ethernet 0/2 to the DHCP pool. And for building B, again same configuration. It's just that different network address. For this network address is, if I'm not mistaken, 2001 colon CADE colon 30 and colon /24. Yes, I was not mistaken. It is this network address right here. And these two share this. This is the first IP for the network address, and this is the second IP. Now we're going to showcase the building B configuration. Now, always make sure to enable IPv6 unicast routing, as I've said before, enables IPv6 routing. And you don't need to put IPv6 enable for each interface. And for this is the configurations right here: the pool, the DNS server, and the domain name. And for this router, we have binded Gigabit Ethernet 0/1 to the DHCP pool, and it will receive the DNS and will receive all the addresses needed and the configurations because of this command right here. And now let's take a look at building a static routes. I'll be explaining about the static routes in building a router. Now basically these routes represent all the remote networks. Basically, anything that's not attached to building A will be configured right here so that it can ping across networks. So as you can see right here, this is all the remote networks coming into the next hop IP, which is right here. Berjaya, this interface right here, this serial interface. And all the next hop IP is this serial interface right here from Berjaya. And these are all the remote networks. So Fate 10 is this network right here. And Fate 30, Fate, and these are all the LAN local area networks. Kate is the local area networks, whereas the Fades are the serial interface networks. Basically, that's all there is from me. And next up will be ZIXIN and THAM. Thank you.
Good morning, Pon. I'm ZIXIN and my matrix number is 01DDT20F118. Today, I'll be presenting question 3. Explain and demonstrate static route configuration in standby router. And question 5. Display Hsrp configuration on router building A and standby router. Then shutdown interface Gigabit Ethernet 0/1 on router building A. Test and verify all connectivity, and explain what happened after interface Gigabit Ethernet 0/1 being shut down. So first, as you can see in this topology, ISP acts as router ISP, Berjaya acts as an edge router, but building A, standby router, and building B are none of them. So to connect these PCs to one another, we need to configure the standby router using standard static route. So first, click on PC3 that is connected to the standby router using console cable. Click on Terminal. And enter Global Configuration Mode. Then type in the command IPv6 route remote networks over here, which is 2001 :1:10 /64, the prefix length, and the next hop IP address, which is 2001:1:40:1. The next remote network is 2001 :1:10:64, and the same next hop IP address, which is over here. And then connect to this remote network, which is Kate :1, and using the same next hop IP address. Then connect to the remote network over here between Berjaya and building A, which is 8:1:120, by using the same next hop IP address. Next, IPv6 route 2001 :30 /64, and last, Kate :1:40, the same next hop IP address. Then type in show IPv6 route. So as you can see here, all the remote networks are connected on standby router. So the next question is question 5. Display Hsrp configuration on router building A and standby router using suitable show command. So I'm using show running config. So as you can see, at the interface Gigabit Ethernet 0/1, it is configured with standby version 2 and standby 1 preamp. Or on standby router, type in again show running config. Interface Gigabit Ethernet 0/2 is configured with standby version 2 only. Now let's verify the connection from PC1 to all PCs. So first, click on PC1, click on IP configuration and check on the default gateway. So as you can see, the default gateway is now AD02. Then click on command prompt to verify the connection using traceit from PC1 to all other PCs. So first, type in traceit and copy IPv6 address of PC2. And continue. IPv6 address of PC3. Insert IPv6 of PC4. Trace it. IPv6 address of PC5. And last, trace it. IPv6 address of P66. As you can see, from PC1 to PC2 and PC3, the connection is successful. But from PC1 to PC4, 5, 6, you can see that the connection has passed through the building A, Berjaya router, and also building B router. Now, shut down the interface of Gigabit Ethernet 01 of building A. So click on PC1, terminal, OK. Interface, Gigabit Ethernet 1, use shutdown. You can see the arrow at the path turns red. And now again, verify the connection using traceit from PC1 to all other PCs. Go to command prompt, traceit IPv6 address of PC2, PC3, PC4, PC5, and PC6. So the connection from PC1 to PC2 and PC3 is still successful. If I look at the connection from PC1 to PC4, 5, 6, this time the connection passed through standby router, Berjaya router, and building B router. Now let's check on the default gateway again. You can see that the default gateway has changed from AD02 to DA03. So in conclusion, the connection path from PC1 to PC456 are different when interface Gigabit Ethernet 0/1 of building A router is shut down and no shutdown. This is because Hsrp that had been configured in building A and standby router is used to provide alternate default gateways in switch networks where two or more routers are connected to the same VLAN. Before interface Gigabit Ethernet 0/1 of building A is shut down, building A acts as the active router whereas standby router acts as standby router. But after interface Gigabit Ethernet is shut down and the link has failed, standby router take over the role of building A to be the active router and building A become the standby router. This is to prevent a single point of failure at the default gateway because if the default gateway router interface fails, there is still another backup virtual default gateway to maintain the outside connectivity. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, this is CHEE and this is my matrix number, and I will be explaining about static route and default route in routers building B, Berjaya, and ISP, and verify connection to www.berjaya.com and www.germilan.com using web browser. And so for the first one, we go to the Berjaya router PC2, connecting to the Berjaya router, and I do the show run, and the first IPv6 route, default route with 2001 fake 110 colon 2, which is the next hop address of ISP as interface S0/1/0 IP address 2001 fake 1 colon 2 to connect to ISP, and IPv6 next IPv6 route 2001 fake colon 1 colon 20, which is the ISP router G0/1, connect to this network using the next hop address fake 1 dot colon 10, which is the same ISP 01010 IP address, and next IPv6 route 2001 fake, which is the network connecting to the network building A. As you can see, building A G0/1 connecting to this network here, connect to this host using the next hop address of 2001 fake dot next hop address of building A as 0/0/0 IP address, and the next IPv6 route 2001 fake colon 1 colon 40, which is to connect to building B G0/1 host, which is 2001 fake this network to the next hop address of building B S00/1 router interface. This interface next hop address, and for the next one, IPv6 route 2001K:130, which is the connect to the building A also, but it is connected to the next hop address of S011 IP address, this one. And next, the last one, IPv6 route 2001:8:1:50:/64, which is connected to the S00/1 network. This network to the next hop address of this, using the next hop address of this IP address interface S000. And next, for building B, for the first IPv6 configuration, IPv6 route configuration 2001:8:1:10, which is connected to ISP S0/1/0 network, and with the next hop address 2001:8:1:30:1, and with the next hop address 2001:8:1:30:1, which is the Berjaya serial 001 address, next hop address, this one. And next, we have the connect to 2001:8:1:20:, which is to connect to ISP G0/1 network, G0/1 network, using the next hop address of serial 001 Berjaya. And for the next IP configuration, IPv6 route configuration 2001:8:1:40, which is to connect to this remote network of Berjaya serial 011. This connecting to this network, and with the next hop address of 001 Berjaya. And the next IPv6 route configuration 2001K:130 to connect to the G0/1, this to connect to this network using the next hop address, same next hop address, Berjaya S001 interface. And next, IPv6 route 2001:8:1:20 to connect to serial 0/0/0, connect to this network with the next hop address of Berjaya interface S001. And for the last one, IPv6 route configuration 2001 8:1:10, which is to connect to Berjaya G0/1 network, remote network, to the next hop address of Berjaya interface S001. And next, for the ISP, we have configured the IPv6 route default route with the next hop address 2001/1:10:1, which is the Berjaya next hop address S010. And to verify connection using the web browser, go into the PC4 web browser and type in the link URL www.berjaya.com and press go. And the verified connection is successful for www.berjaya.com, and you can try for gamilang.com. And the connection is successful, and that's all from me. Thank you.